Guten Tag. My name is Darius and this is the world that was. Today I'll be making a very simple cherry pudding which was recorded in the 14th century AD from the region of the Holy Roman Empire. Cherries were, and still are, a very popular fruit to eat, given the extensive range at which they can be grown. The original recipe here is recorded in the Forme of Cury, a 14th century English manuscript, but the origin of this recipe likely comes from a Central European source. In any case, let's now take a look at the world that was. To begin with, we need to wash, de-stem and stone the cherries. Do this by cutting into them carefully with a knife, before using your thumb to dig out the stone. Do this to about 500 grams worth of cherries. When they've been stoned, place them into a bowl along with about a cup's worth of red wine. I used a Merlot here, but a sweet dessert wine would also work well here. On top of this, add about 50 grams worth of white sugar. Mix and mash everything together with a fork, or a mortar and pestle, until it forms a very thick, lumpy soup. At this stage, place a tablespoon's worth of butter into a large saucepan or pot. Place this pot over a high heat until the butter starts to melt. At this point, place your breadcrumbs, your cherry wine mixture, and another 50 grams of sugar into the pot. Mix everything together until it's all combined. If it's looking a little dry, add in another cup's worth of red wine. Put everything onto a medium-high heat and let it cook away for about 15 to 20 minutes. Keep the whole thing stirring as you cook it, so nothing sticks and burns onto the bottom of the pot. The pudding should thicken up considerably and act like a porridge whenever it's done. Take it off the heat and let everything cool down a little before spooning it into a bowl of your choice. And finally, to decorate it, you can follow the original recipe which claims that edible flowers can be used. The finished pudding is very sweet and flavorful. The breadcrumbs have soaked up the cherry and wine mixture and become fantastically smooth. The whole thing has a very sharp undertone thanks to the wine. If you wanted to make this alcohol-free, you can just substitute grape juice instead of the wine. The pudding itself can also be used as the filling for a pie or a tart, which firms up very nicely if it's baked in an oven. In the original recipe, it gives the specific date for harvesting cherries for this dish, specifically the Feast of St. John, which is at the end of June. This would, of course, have been completely dependent on local weather patterns and harvesting seasons, but generally it's a good rule of thumb for harvesting cherries anyway. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed this quick look at the world that was. If you liked what you saw, please consider leaving a like on this video, or possibly even subscribing to my channel for some more ancient recipes. If you'd like to support me directly, I've left a link to my Patreon page in the description. Check it out if you like. Thank you again.